Hello, my friends. Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. This is Jennifer. Welcome back to my sewing room. I want to thank you guys. I have had some new subscribers and a lot of new comments. I'll do a little nail check for you guys just for fun. I didn't do much sewing until the weekend because we were iced in. We were part of that storm that hit a lot of places, and in Central Texas we don't have a lot of infrastructure for that kind of thing, so generally speaking everything shuts down. You stay home for a couple days, it's over, and then it's 70 degrees again, which is what it was on Friday here. I took the quilt top that was on my wall down from last week. I did actually turn all those units I showed you last week. These were the offcuts from the hearts. I turned these into half square triangles. They squared up to 4 inches, so these will be 3.5 inches finished, which is a reasonable size. I have enough to make 9 blocks that are 4 patches basically, which doesn't make a very big anything because it's very small. So I thought, I'll make some more half square triangles. And then I started thinking about it. It's like, do I want more of that size, or do I want to save those and use those with the quilt top? So I decided to put those aside and maybe use them with the quilt top. I've pulled all the other fabric I could find from back when I cut that quilt, so that I want to grow it a little bit. I'd like for it to be a little bit larger, maybe have some borders, that kind of thing. So I put that aside for now because I haven't decided what to do with that. But I did decide to make some half square triangles. I mean, spoiler, you probably already figured that out. I went through my scrap bin, which is not very big. I use an IKEA Drona box, which are the same bins I showed you guys up on the shelves when I did the tour a couple weeks ago. And so I just dumped it on the floor and I pulled out everything I thought might work. At first I thought I would make charms and make half square triangles that way. And then I thought maybe I'll use triangulations, which is software I've had. It's not really software, it's more like PDF, but it's a really easy way to make very accurate triangles using paper. And then I thought, you know what? I think I might have a triangle die. And I started going through my Accuquilt dies. And I did. This is 4-inch finished, so these are a little bit bigger. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll make some more to go with that, then square them up. And then I was like, I don't want to make a bunch of half square triangles and then that are perfect and then square them up. So I just decided to make a pile of 4-inch finished half square triangles. So I have the polka dot ones you see here. These are all of the polka dot ones that I made. I have some off-whites, and I have some grays, some light blue backgrounds. I have a few light print backgrounds, and then I have a stack of these pink backgrounds, and I have a bunch of white on white backgrounds. So I was thinking I might do sampler blocks. These will make 16-inch blocks if I do them with this many units. And I've put a couple up here already as examples. I would love for you to put some half square triangle based blocks in the comments that I can potentially make to put in a sampler quilt. I think that'd be really fun if you guys help me decide what to put in this quilt. I don't have this project earmarked for anything. I just kind of needed a something from nothing project, and working from my scraps always makes me feel that way. You may have noticed this cute little panel on the wall. This is like all winter scenes. This guy is called Polar Pals. It's from P&B Textiles, and I found this, oh my gosh, narwhal, guys. I went to a local shop with a friend last week, and I only got a couple of things because I'm not a huge shopper, but she also got this panel, so I thought it would be fun to see what each of us do with it. I'm tentatively thinking of using this bounce pattern, which is from Running Doe Quilts, the same gal who designed the Love You quilt, the hearts I had up on the wall last week. This only uses 6, but I'm sure I could make it use 8 if I wanted to. The size is a little bit different, but again, you're a quilter. That's what you do. You add stuff, you take stuff away to make it fit, right? So I might use this, but I might do something completely different. I've also been sort of toying with the idea of some sort of like really cute tote bag or something like that. It's on the back of my mind. Suggestions are welcome. I also got a couple of water soluble like little twisty pens. They almost look like crayons. I haven't tried them yet. I love a green sew line pencil, but I have not been able to get refills for mine. I've had that pencil probably, I I mean, I worked in a quilt store when I got that pencil, and I haven't worked in a quilt store since 2013, so it's been a day or two. So I haven't been able to get refills for my Sewline pencils, so I've been looking for something else. There are other colors of Sewline, but green's my favorite, which is why I was looking for green specifically. These are from So Tasty, so if you guys have tried these, let me know what you think, and as soon as I try them, I'll let you know what I think. My husband did a little 3D printing for me last week, and I'm so excited about this. So I have this tiny, he did not make this one. I bought this one from Corner Curve Quilts some time ago. That's Michelle's shop. This is a thread stimper for chain piecing. And if she's still selling this, I'll put a link in the description. But I mean, you can find these. Lots of people make them. This one is 3D printed. Well, it takes an 28mm rotary blade, which is not the size rotary blade I typically use. I actually had to buy blades for this because I don't own a 28mm. I used to, and I ended up giving it away because I never used it. But I do own a 45, and so I asked him if it would be possible to make something similar with the 45mm, and he did. So it's much bigger. Obviously 45mm is much bigger. It screws off, and then this is the little 3D printed flower. And so how this works is it has a back, it has a front, and there's a little screw right here, also 3D printed, and you put your 45mm blade in there. So I just take an old one. I have a little plastic container I put sharps in, so when it's full, I tape it up and I dispose of it so no one gets hurt on any of my sharps that I've thrown away. So I pulled this out of there and put this in here, and the way it works is you screw this back together, and then you pop this guy in here. And then when you're chain piecing, you can just pull your threads across this, and it just pops them really, really fast. Super easy to use. I love the small one, but I'm going to put it in my to-go bags, and then this one will live in my sewing table at home. I did cut a little piece of non-slip stuff so that I can put this in here, and then when I use it, I can sit it on the little piece of non-slip liner just to keep it in one place while I'm using it. Finally, I'm gonna show you guys my serger station, and then I have some fun clips of birds out in the snow and the ice from over the weekend. Let me show you my serger station and then we'll wrap it up. So I had previously mentioned to you guys that this space here was very narrow, and while I could get my stool that I sit on when I sew over in this space, it was very tight and not super comfortable. So what I did was I replaced my little shelving unit that I had with this. It's actually a toy organizer, and it's much shallower. It's not as wide, so it fits in this. I have a little angled wall right here, so it actually fits in this space, and I can stand in front of it and use my serger. Since I don't sew in front of it the way I sew in front of my domestic machine, I just pop over, sew a seam, and then go back to my domestic. So I have my serger on top, and then I have this little guy. You may remember that I thrifted this last year, and I have, it was missing the bag, so I just have a Ziploc bag attached. And then underneath, I have my drawers that have my books and tools and all of my thread that go with my serger. It has serger, drawers, 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 and then my foot controls down there. And so far, it is working perfectly. That's going to be it, my friends. I am sending you all of the love and good thoughts that I can. Please stay safe, hug the people you love, take care of each other, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.